Mulberry, Lakeland area, Plant City, Bartow, whoever's watching, appreciate your attention for a moment. This is Jeremy with Imperial Lakes Plaza on Shepherd Road, GNC. Starting off, I would like to really honor some of the local gyms, first and foremost. I really get impressed. I came from Sarasota 2.5 years ago, and coming to the heart of Florida, Lakeland, I'm really impressed with the thrive and drive that the individuals have here, from the athletes to just health enthusiasts all the way around. It's very contagious. Health is contagious, and I just want to honor the city of Lakeland right here and right now. And share this post if you have someone who's just really looking for maybe that little bit of an urge to make a lifestyle change, or really just to get some information real quick. I'll try to offer what I can from some of the things I've come across and find to be true. For those of you who are holding competitions, I know there's one coming up August 25th, I believe. I believe Deb's Gym's putting that together. I just want to take a moment and honor them. They're doing a marvelous job. I got a few strength gyms around town. Okay, next note I'd like to talk about is, you see the head on this post is, what's the best diet? That's what you did, right? So what the best diet is, okay, I get that question often asked of me, and really I share with you, what do we have? We have the Mediterranean diet, the Paleo diet. Right now there's a huge keto. Ketosis is it's another very popular diet. Carb loading, carb timing, intermittent fasting. Man, there's a whole bunch of them, and we often wonder what is the best one. And what I'd like to just give my simple feedback on that is find the one that works best for you. Really, I think every diet has a wonderful wonderful trait to it, whereas you can learn something about how the body responds to the diets, how your body in particular responds to the diet. We don't never want to get on what our friends are doing, not often, and everybody likes that because it's accountability and, how is yours going? Well, why isn't mine working like that? There's a lot of variables. You have, gender. You have lifestyles, activity levels of the individual, work schedule, when they're able to eat. Some people work the overnight shift. Activity levels, someone who's exercising and someone who's not exercising. So really, I can't help but share that there's so many different variables to find the right diet for an individual. And I say try them all. I've done them all myself, and to say which one's the best, I say that they're all amazing, because you can look at diets as education. You learn a little bit about each macronutrient. Right? You learn to count calories. Now, we don't want to get too consumed by calorie counting. We've all been there, but it's exciting when you can know that there's 3 macronutrients, right? You have protein, carbs, and fats, and there's a lot to be said about it. Really quick, if I may, do you mind if I jump on some nutritional advisory really quick? I wasn't going to go here, but I feel led to. Really quick, for anybody who's watching, I really want to just share this really quick for you. Why does, again, I go with the statement that all diets work well, right? They're all amazing. They all have wonderful characteristics about it. What did you learn, right? Because food is information. So why do we have vitamin A, B, C, D, E, A, K? Then you have minerals: potassium, magnesium, vanadium, manganese, selenium, iodine. Really, if you listen to that and you break it apart, these are called micronutrients, right? It's information. So whatever you put in and on your body, you're telling your body to operate in a particular fashion. So we're in complete control. And just knowing what you put in your body, you want to diligently seek what's set before you, and and knowing that the food's going to build you up and make you feel really good, or break you down. We all know that feeling associated when you stop off in, let's say, you go to a fast food restaurant. We've all done it. For transparency, I've been there, okay? But there's a feeling after you're done eating. You might feel really good during. The flesh feels amazing. But when you're done, there is a feeling associated with it. You might not notice that mental clarity. You might notice a bit of a breakdown. You might you associate with something going on, with the body's using it, or having to really struggle with trying to break these nutrients down. And this is a wonderful way to approach what you put in your body. If you can look at food as information, the opposite end of things, there's got to be one. is if you're putting together salads with spinach and kale and dark leafy greens, and you're making chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, avocados, really making that dense in your meals, once, twice a day. But I don't want to get too hyped up about the food, but I do think it's relevant. Okay, I do think it's relevant. And I'm a real big supplement enthusiast, and I've come across a huge passion in how it responds with the body. Once again, looking at it as food as information. So alongside a supplementation system, if the diet can be there with it, then it complements a lot of this stuff. And it doesn't work the other way around. So so I want to get into, if I may, what happens in the body when what is the best diet? What happens when you consume healthy fats? You ever wonder how you get fat and you get thin? I'm going to take a moment and let everyone wonder, how is it all your friends are doing the keto diet? They're getting thin. You're eating fat and you're getting thin. What's going on? How does that work? Why don't we call people protein, right? Why don't I flex and get called protein, right? There's something to that. Why do we call, because I lift weights, right? I like going against heavy stuff to grow so my body can stay struggling to develop. But why do you not call people with higher body fat percentage sugar? So there's something to that. I won't go too in depth, but I do challenge you to just keep aware of your awareness. It's nice to converse with individuals. I'm not going to pinpoint which one I like the best. I just do like talking about fats because I do believe we should have that in our lifestyle. And you want to do your research on that to edify with what I share. And the fats, of course, I listed earlier. But you think of your brain. I mean, 70% of the brain's weight is fat. So, there's something to that. Your brain's moisture in there is dexahenoic acid, which is a byproduct, if you will, or a breakdown of an omega-3. So actually, if you don't get enough fats in your body, you're not going to operate optimally the way the body enjoys to. Fats are an anti-inflammatory. That's interesting, right? So if I consume fats, and a lot of people ask me, they come in here and they go, man, I don't know what I did yesterday, but I'm in pain. My lower back or my knees are bothering me, and and they say I didn't do a whole lot. I say, well, there's something to that. It's not always what you do the day before, the days before, that's going to cause your pain to flare up. It's actually what you put in your body that causes the pain. Now, I hope that makes sense, and if you can grasp this, I challenge everyone right now to download 2 lists of foods, okay? You got an inflammatory foods list, and you have an anti-inflammatory foods list. To anybody who's out there watching, I share with you, pain is going to leave your body if you apply this practice. You download these 2 lists, and you keep them on your fridge. Inflammatory foods, you write red in pain, right? You write the word pain with red letters, okay? Eat that for a week. Watch the pain increase. I'm not going to go over what foods are going to cause inflammation. I lose friends and family when I tell them what they shouldn't be consuming. Nobody likes that guy. But I can at least have individuals, I can inspire a thought for you to go through and do your research on what foods are going to cause pain. So I'll just say it like this, if let's just say if sugar is an inflammatory, right? When you put in the sugar, okay? Now, mind you, our DNA is dioxyribose nucleic acid. The ribo in there, that's sugar, right? So we need it, but there's a lot to be said about that. We're getting a lot more than we need, which is causing a lot of pain. So if sugar is an inflammatory, it causes a hormonal response. The body's going to need cortisol because sugar causes a fire. The body's going to need a balance. So it's going to secrete an endocrine supporter to put the flame out. Does that make sense? I hope that does. If there's another end of that, and mind you, 75% of the endocrine's weight is cholesterol. So it's a fat, right? So actually, fat comes to put the flames out. Very deep that I'm going there. I don't mean to, but what I'm trying to get to is, why is fat impressive? Because protein in high amounts turns into sugar in the blood, glucose, if you will. Carbohydrates, we know, turn into fiber and sugar, but they turn into, for the most part, usable sugar, okay? Especially the potatoes, pasta, macaroni and cheese, waffles, pancakes, biscuits, Snickers bar, fruit, soda, all that fun stuff, the soul food, right? The emotional stuff that makes us feel good temporarily. But, if you look into healthy fats, there's really no bad fats. If we're talking about fast food, yeah, it's fat, but that's a lot of chemical-derived food, which makes it bad fats. But I don't want to, again, get into that. But I share with you here why does this diet work so well is, and again, I'm not telling anyone to do ketosis. Actually, I'm not a big fan of it. Not to the extremity. Actually, I would say medicinally, it's a wonderful diet. If someone's got arthritis, that's an inflammatory response from the body. Eat a lot of healthy fats, avoid the carbohydrate, avoid the inflammatory foods, watch comfort end up on your body. Okay, diabetes type 2, okay? You're gonna end up with a lot of glucose, sugar in the blood. So you wanna lower that. That's for intermittent fasting, right? Giving you a time for the glucose to get out of the blood. And, but again, I don't wanna give anybody, especially if you're taking medicines, I don't wanna give anybody nothing to debate with me here, so there's a lot of complex statements that we get deeper, but I do recommend people learn into what fats do. They don't turn into glucose. Actually, eat fat, it's usable energy. You eat sugar, you have an insulin response, which is our fat storage hormone. It tells the body, store fat for later. Okay, sugar tells your body to store fat. Fats tell your body to burn energy immediately. Now, I hope this makes sense. So look into that and see if what I share is true. GNC, we are about free consultations as you come in here. So this is one I just like to put out there. I don't get into a whole lot of nutrition with individuals unless they come and ask me, but today I wanted to just really bless you and give you some of the stuff that I've come across and has really supported me in becoming the better version that I can constantly seek. I do have the contrast of not taking care of my body very well and not understanding that food is, and everything is information. So once again, there's a wonderful feeling when you're putting in the right stuff in the body. So really, I just want to share with you again, when you come into GNC, it shouldn't be like walking into a gym for the first time. Okay, it's not. It's not. I often hear it's kind of. We have a lot of sports stuff, and yeah, we do. That's in the back of the room. I have a passion for all that back there. I really do. I love helping individuals attain their goals and be able to do it every day, so they can recover really well. But someone wants to build muscle, reduce body fat. There is some fun supplementation and particular herbs that and minerals and vitamins all together that make a cool formula that really make things easier with a particular program. Never will we sell as a miracle thing, and there's no magic stuff. But I'll tell you, it's magic when it's put next to a proper diet. That's for sure. I've seen some cool stuff in here. I can't tell you how many people come in here. Facebook Live, whoever's watching, and they tell me, their success stories. I've seen hundreds of pounds dropped from talking with GNC associates. Actually, this is the Bailey franchise here, and I'm in Mulberry at the moment, but the Bailey franchise owns 4 locations. You got Plant City, which is on Thanatos-Sasa. You have this location, of course, is Imperial Lakes off Shepherd Road in that Publix Plaza. You also have Highland City, which is US 98. You got John over there. And you also have Lakeside Village Plaza, Hytham and the gang. So, you got Pam over at Thanatos-Sasa. So we got a really good crew. I could list off a plethora of them, but you'll meet them as we get bigger into trying to create awareness for what GNC offers. And I put GNC first besides the employees because they really have a great system. They treat their supplementation like they put it under a scope. Clean products. The facility is in where's the facility, Mona? South Carolina. Is it South Carolina? Forgive me if it's not, but they got a cool system. Pam would know this. She's been doing this for 15 plus years, which should tell you something about the product and what miracles she's seen when you put the right stuff in the body. But they got a wonderful, you get sprayed down before you walk in the building. They get all the dust particles off you. Everyone's in white coats. I mean, it's a factory, but they treat it so carefully, which really has me respect GNC. You know, and I share with you right now, I represent GNC to the fullest because I know the absorption, the quality of the products. Um, but you know, I do want to share this briefly as I'm on the topic. When it comes to supplementation, if I wanted to, I could sit home all day. I could probably make a killing actually. Sit home all day and conscrew with products. I could find me maltodextrin, dextrose, a caffeine tablet, and I could make my own formula. I could slap on labels, like labels and products, and I could sit home like many do, and I know do, and make a killing off of selling supplementation. The quality you get when you shop in Vitamin Shop, Vitamin World, and GNC, I would stay within that realm. Um, well, what happens is you're going to get quality products. You're going to get something that's put together really protectively, but you know the source and where it's coming from. I stand by GNC because I've seen the facilities and the faculties and how they treat the products like medicine. They just really put effort into quality. But also, you can make things all day. It's about, is your body going to be able to absorb it? Would you agree that absorbability is a huge conversation? I hope you say yes to that. I can put stuff in my body all day long. It doesn't mean my body's going to recognize it and absorb it. So quality is the conversation when you shop at GNC, not quantity. But I don't want to jump too much into that. That's my pitch for GNC, aside from the information I'm trying to put out today. But again, I am a supplement expert, a supplement enthusiast. There's a lot to know in here, so I humble myself. There's a lot to understand. So to say expert, I say that diligently. But because of the heart I have to keep studying for people's health, but to keep them on track. The accountability that I have myself, it goes back and forth. I hold accountability for the individual to come in here to keep them rocking and rolling, keep them up to the latest, and then they brush me up. The customers that come in, I share now. The customers that have walked through GNC have really, surely blessed me with information in their personal testimonies and how paired with proper dieting and particular supplementation have changed their life. And they point at stuff. They come in here and they demand of me pressure. You know, you gotta tell people about milk thistle for optimal liver function, dropping liver enzymes. Saw palmetto, prostate support. Rhodiola is one of my favorites. For anyone under a lot of stress, you got rhodiola for huge adrenal function, so stress reduction, or helping your body respond to stress better. I mean, people point out to me what individuals, what they say, you gotta recommend this to people because I was dealing with this, and that, and I'll tell you, I don't associate with it no more because I healed myself. Man, that stuff fires me up. So if you don't and you haven't seen it or heard about it, your faith in the system is not as big. But for anyone out there right now who's dealing with pain in their body, or low energy, or depression, bipolarism, there's always a root cause. I'm going to say that again. I've seen it. There's always a root cause. I can't tell you over here, actually. I'm going to jump over here if you don't mind. Check out the bone broth protein. Now, anyone who knows me know I'm a huge fan about putting a whole chicken in the crock pot as organic and natural as possible. Okay, less metals as you can find, farm-raised chicken, if you will. I mean, you can get crazy. You could throw some pig's feet in there. You could put some fish heads in there and some fish back. But I get a lot of funky faces when I say that. But if you want to talk about gelatin, I could talk about all day. Gelatin's going to repair the intestinal tract, right? It's actually going to patch any holes if you have what they call leaky gut. Collagen type 1, type 3, I mean, there's many of them. Awesome for hair, skin, and nails, but not just the cosmetics and the way we look, but also the internal organs are made of the same soft tissue. Okay, so collagen's like a primer. The more collagen you take in, the more your body's able to make. So you got a lot of women sometimes who are really concerned about the under here, right? And they're like, they're doing a lot of tricep exercises and trying to reduce body fat, but how do you burn stuff here? A lot of times this isn't, when it hangs a little bit, it's not body fat. It's a loss of elasticity in the skin, especially if you gained weight at one period of time. Take a little collagen, type 1 and type 3. It's amazing for tightening up the skin. Once again, anyone's gone on a journey and really lost a bunch of weight and they got some loose skin, you'll be surprised what collagen will do for you. But I like a bone broth meal because personally I break my fast with it in the mornings. Breakfast is huge. And people say, the diet or the lifestyle of breakfast being the most important meal. I agree with you, absolutely. But it doesn't mean you got to have it first thing in the morning. It's when you finally officially break your fast, right? It could be 11, it could be 3. Personal preference there. I'm not going to get into demanding what works for me or what works for them. Everybody's different. The biggest thing I like to really get across today in this video is do something maintainable. If I was a baby and I'm on my back, I got to learn to roll over first. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna swim a little bit, right? Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the goo goo gaga and I'm gonna talk a little bit and then I'm gonna start crawling and then I'm gonna stand. So really, if you jump into going ham, no pun intended, talking about food here, you're gonna might stress yourself out and it might not be maintainable. So the biggest thing is start off somewhere mild, right? Start off somewhere really, go for a walk to start. Anything, metabolism simply means anything you didn't do yesterday. That's all. Don't get me wrong, we can break down what metabolism really means. The rate we burn food is energy, calories is energy. But really, anything you did not do yesterday is going to make a huge difference. But there's a resistance that you're going to fight against because the body's not used to it. So it's just getting I share something really quick with you as I drift off. This is fascinating if you can find it. It's kind of neat how the body's made if you look at us anatomy-wise. So you have a digestive system, you have a skeletal system. Excuse me. Well, you have the skeletal system. You have the immune system, lymphatic system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, lymphatic system. So you also have something called the nervous system. The nervous system is almost your belief, in a sense. Your nervous system is it's what you say and what you think. So, but if you look at the way it's made, it's the only structure that's really protected, encased in bone and spine. So I think it's kind of obvious that when we were created, our bodies were meant to be. They were meant to be. When your body is meant to be, you should nurture what you say and what you think. Okay, I don't want to get too much on the deeper thoughts, but I challenge you to consider that for a second. Okay, I challenge you to consider how important it is what you think and what you say. So I think of Ronnie Coleman. Right, Ronnie Coleman. We know he's a bodybuilder, strength guy. Won World Olympia many times. Before he got down in every set, he would say, "Lightweight, baby, nothing but a peanut." What he's doing is he's setting his brain up. He's telling himself this is going to be easy. Come on, have you ever thought about the days when you told yourself this is going to be tough and you just can't do it, right? Yeah, it's going to be tough and it's going to be really challenging. You approach everything with just the nervous system correct first. But that's my sharing on that. I can get really lost in that one statement because I believe a lot of people's belief systems and how they operate, you're only going to know to what you're only going to thrive in what you know, which is why it's really great that I've had the opportunity to be inside GNC, coming up in 3 years now, and just the training they offer, the weekly focus they'll have you really get into, the individual herbs all the way down to the individual mineral and vitamin health for what it's for, and finding and pairing the perfect system for an individual for what topic. I really want to honor GNC for the training it's taught me, but not just on the corporate level and how GNC operates, but I really want to honor the leaders that have trained me, but also the customers, man. The customers that come in, what they share with me, it's life changing. It's life changing when you start coming across people who tell you the body's intelligent, it's self-healing, it's self-regulating, and according to what you put in, the body will use it to heal itself. That is fascinating. But I could talk all day about how fun I find the body. There's reasons to jump for joy, I tell you. But you don't know what you don't know. So know right now your body's self-healing, self-regulating. If you're dealing with pain, get the nervous system correct. Increase your belief, okay, on how well it's going to take care of you. I know it's a touchy subject. I don't want anyone to take offense here. But if you have any questions, come into GNC. You know, I tell you, most of the associates that you come across at a GNC their beliefs up there. There's a reason for it. So you stop into any GNC. If you're watching this close or you're watching this outside, stop in and pick their brains. See how they feel about it. Okay? So yeah, it's easy to get started, okay? It's not a gym. It's not going to be tough. You're not doing everything's in. You come in and we'll let you check out the store. And if you have any questions, we're all over you. You know, we're here for you. Anything you have, any questions we have, our hearts are in this for a reason. We're passionate about people and health. So don't think don't be intimidated walking into a GNC. The front of the store is where a lot of people come in. They really go through the herbs, and you know, I love tart cherry. Tart cherry is awesome for sense of well-being. Let's see, apple cider vinegar. If you're not doing apple cider vinegar, you need to. Now, there's a lot to be said about that. You got this pH balance. You got gastrointestinal reflux discomfort, dis-ease. So, you know, come in and talk to us about it. See if it's right for you. Share with us what you know. We'll try to fill the gaps for what we do. I know what I know, we know what we know, and we know what we don't know. So we never press it if it's a conversation we don't know, but the way our hearts are created, we will then diligently seek research to figure that answer out for you, if it's even available. There's a lot that we can't do. And that's what we have the wonderful doctors for. Okay, so yeah, the success stories I hear, they blow my mind. So feel free and come in. Have you ever come in and ask, have you ever heard of a person dealing with this before? And how was the way that they handled it, and what was the story? Simply ask, and a lot of times it's just stories is what I try to offer in some cases, relative to the conversation the client talks about as they come in. So yeah, free consultations. Never feel pressured to buy anything. You come into GNC, you come in for information. A lot of times my approach is I try to put you on a mild nutritional program if the person's open to it. A lot of people don't want to change their nutritional dieting, and that's okay. That's okay. People are busy. You got stress levels high. But if I can impress upon you how important it is to put good stuff in the body responds amazing with that. So yeah, you come in here, just come in and ask questions. Okay, that's what we try to inspire. Is just come in and ask some questions if you have some, okay? Facebook Live, I hope, I don't know how many are watching, but I really hope you guys find this enjoyable. I try to share my heart with you, okay? I really, I just want to share my heart with you guys. We're here for you if you need, okay? That's the first and foremost thing is what we try to do here at GNC. I know it's my approach. I really love, I love people, and just want to create awareness as much as possible how well their body will respond if they put the right stuff in or on it, okay? So let's see. Going over a few things here. Just want to make sure I touch base on what I can for these few moments that we have here. Hope everyone's fired up right now. Okay, it's lunchtime. Eat the right food. Okay, but I hope everyone's fired up, okay? I'm trying to create some excitement, how impressive the body is. You go out and eat some wonderful food and pay attention to how your body responds about a half hour after, okay? The next day, go out and eat yourself some fast food or something that's, I don't even know outside of fast food. There's a lot of healthy food, really, and pay attention to your body. If you pay attention to your body's physiology as a hypothesis, you put yourself on a regimen, you pay attention to your body and you see how it responds, and then you might go, whoa. But most people understand this. Most people do understand this, okay? But for those who don't, it's probably who I'm talking to today, okay? What's the best diet? All of them. What did you learn about your body and the way each individual macronutrient responded? You only have in calories, for those who don't know, it's common knowledge, but not, okay? When you're counting calories, if you count calories, you got 3 macronutrients, that's it. You have protein, fats, and carbs, okay? That's it, that's all you gotta focus on, okay? So when you're reading labels, if you get into that, know what each one of those does with the body, okay? If you don't, look into it a little bit. It's not far-fetched as you think, okay? Let's see. The last thing I want to get into is maybe a little product knowledge, but I want to show you a fun book. When I first started about 3 years ago, I actually worked in Plant City. There's a nice lady who's been working there for 15 years. Her name is Pam. Pam is just a plethora of knowledge, okay? I apprenticed under her, and I came in knowing some stuff. My belief wasn't necessarily there. But she told me to read one book. This book right here, okay? This book GNC puts out, and they update it yearly, okay? This is called the Nutritional Healing Book. I read this book front to back, back to front. This book served me tremendously. Actually, I went through and bought a bunch of supplements because I was like very intrigued on each and every one and the characteristics and the way your body would respond after the information was put in. I found this very helpful for anybody who just kind of doesn't want to get into speaking with anybody. You come in, you just grab this book. Every GNC carries it. Actually, I keep it at the front, so if I don't have an answer, I go through. This thing is very informative. Nutritional Healing. It's $18.99. Okay, you can't put a price on something like this. If you develop a cold and you want to know how to treat it without a medicinal approach, this has got the answers for you. I mean, everything from arthritic symptoms to anything that ends in itis, any inflammatory response your body is taking from environmental stressors, physical or emotional stressors. This book has got you covered. I read this thing often. This book is amazing. Nutritional Healing. Okay, I really can't stress enough. Come in and grab one of these. Okay, Pam had asked me, I was kind of overwhelmed by all the herbs. Pam had recommended me to read that, and I did, and it surely served me, and has many others. Okay. Yeah, so really, you know, I'm not going to get into some products today. I just wanted to really take some of you guys' time. I really appreciate you watching, whether now or later. Again, I'm Jeremy with GNC at Imperial Lakes on Shepherd Road. Again, you stop at any GNC. We're very informative. We all have our own little niches and our passions, and you find the right one for you. Again, Bailey franchise is on Thanatasasa in Plant City, Imperial Lakes, Highland City 98, Public Plaza, both of those, and then Lakeside Village Plaza. Lakeside's a beautiful store if you haven't been there. That thing is huge, very vibrant, fully stocked. It's like the warehouse here of Lakeland. But all of us carry the same products, okay? So I hope everyone has a great day. I hope this serves you. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. We'll see if we can answer it to our best of ability.